Bienvenidos amigos de YouTube, soy César González y aquí les comparto esta nueva entrevista que le hice a Michael Sweet. Hablamos de todo un poco, por ejemplo, del tour acústico To Hell With The Amps, del disco acústico, del tour del 40 aniversario que ya casi arranca y por supuesto hablamos del nuevo álbum When We Were Kings. Entonces, espero que les guste esta entrevista y vamos a verla. Hello Michael, thank you again for being here and thank you for your time. We have a lot of things to talk about today. The acoustic album, the acoustic tour To Hell With The Amps, the new album When We Were Kings, and the 40th anniversary tour. How is possible? How is Stryper more active now than ever?
Well, you know, I think because we just don't stop. We keep recording, we keep touring. You know, we still love what we do. We enjoy every moment of it. So as long as we can do it, I'm 61 now, so maybe I'll be able to keep going till I'm 71 or 81 or who knows how long.
Let's talk about the To Hell With The Amps tour, because it was a very different tour. It was acoustic, but also because the absence of us folks. So how did you adapt to this format and make it work?
Well, I mean, it really wasn't difficult to make it work. I mean, we brought in a keyboard player, Will Dowdy, who did an incredible job. He's such a talented guy. Great singer. And then I had to learn more guitar stuff, more guitar parts. It really wasn't a difficult thing. And what I liked about it is the fact that we got to go out and sit down, and it was more casual and less stress and not running around and sweating and all that stuff. And people were, that's the way the audience was as well, more casual. They were sitting down a lot of times, often. And it was just a very unique experience, almost like we were performing in our living room. But it was just different and unique and a breath of fresh air for us. We talked about that every night after every show when we get on the bus. Like, wow, this is really cool. This was great. And we really had an enjoyable experience doing that, all of us.
The Yellow and Black Attack is turning 40, and that's amazing. If we go back to 1984 and tell young Michael Sweet that 40 years later Stryper will still be performing live and releasing new music, what do you think his response will be?
I would have said, there's no way. Because back then, 40 years, you know, when you're young and someone tells you in 40 years, you know, that seems like so far away.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're going to be 61. It's like, whoa, that's old. Wow. You know, these are the thoughts that go through your head when you're younger. But, you know, the interesting part is that 40 years pass so quickly. And that's how short time is. And that's how precious time is. But, I mean, I look at it as a blessing that we are still here. We're still able to perform. People still want to listen and hear us. And they still come to the shows. They still buy the albums. So because of that, it tells me there's still a calling on our lives. And as long as that calling is there, we will continue to do it.
Stryper 40th anniversary tour. You have planned something special because you are doing it. You plan to do 2 sets. How is this going to work?
Well, I mean, we're going to come out and do 1 set that's comprised of classic material.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be dressed more like the past, you know, in terms of the look and the way we used to look, the guitars, the clothing. It'll be more similar to that. Then we're going to do a break We're going to play 12 songs, 13 songs. I'm not sure exactly. 11, 12, 13. And then we're going to take a break and go change our guitars and our clothing to fit more of the modern era Stryper. And we're going to come out, we're going to play songs from 2005 on. And it'll be about 2.5 hours from the time we take the stage to the time it ends.
And was it hard to choose the songs for every set?
Well, I'm still working on that. I have a set list comprised right now and kind of somewhat together. Mm-hmm. And I'm still going through it, and I may make some changes. But basically, the idea is to play 2 songs from every album.
Oh, cool.
That and some of those albums, it might just be 1 song. Like when we get into the newer material, the old era, from Yellow and Black Attack to Against the Law, that's easy. Because mm-hmm. we had 5 albums, right? So 2 songs, that's 10 songs. And we may add 1 other song in there, make it 11, call it a day. That's not a problem. But it's when we get into the new era of Stryper, we have so much in our catalog and so many songs and so many albums, that becomes a little more difficult.
Now, with the 40th anniversary tour, I saw the tour dates for now, and they are just in the United States. But are you planning to visit Latin America, or is this tour just going to be in the United States?
No, it's definitely going to be in other parts of the world. We don't know exactly where or when, and even if it has to continue into 2025, which it will, mm-hmm. We plan to go definitely to South America, definitely to Mexico, definitely to Canada. I'll never forget the first time we went to Costa Rica and not knowing what to expect. Mm-hmm. And we got there and we played, and all the people that came out, and it was just incredible, the energy, and so many incredible fans in Costa Rica. So we look forward to coming back for sure, and we will. Oh yeah.
The new album, starting with the cover, is amazing. What can you tell us about this new album? What can we expect?
I'll tell you, first of all, we wanted to stay in the series. We've kind of been doing that ever since No More Hell to Pay. And we had Stan Decker do the artwork. He did the artwork for this as well, for When We Were Kings. And it was important for us to stay in that series, like a book series, or a movie series. So that was a big deal to us. Stan knocked it out of the park again. It's a piece of art you could frame and put on your wall. We love it. Love how it turned out. We're super excited, and I can't wait for everyone to hear the entire album. The next song coming out will be a music video for the song When We Were Kings, the title track. It's phenomenal. And then we've got a release day, which is in September 13th. And I cannot wait for everyone to see and hear this record in its entirety. It's, I think, our best album to date. Some people may disagree with me on that. That's okay. But that's what I feel.
Yeah, and is there a meaning behind the name of the new album, When We Were Kings?
The only meaning behind that is we reminisce about the old days, the glory days, the golden years, however you want to phrase that, about 1985, 6, 7, 8, 9, when we were playing arenas and touring the world for 6 months at a time, and just all this incredibly cool stuff that happened. And that's when we were kings. That's when we were at our peak. and on top of the world. And we reminisce about that in a great way, not a sad way, but in a fun way. And that's what this song's about. Like, hey guys, remember when we did this, this, and that, when we were kings of our own time? We started young and hoped to find, but seasons changed and so did we. And now we long for what we used to be.
Do you have a favorite song in this album?
Well, I mean, that's always a trick question. It's hard because I love them all. They're all your children, your babies, and you like them all for different reasons. But if I had to pick one song right now, I would probably, it'd be a toss-up between When We Were Kings and Love Symphony.
I know many people is going to listen the album in their favorite streaming service, but you're also going to have CDs and vinyl. How important is for you to have this physical media in music in this moment of times?
It's very important. I mean, you know, we live in a digital age, streaming age, and those things are kind of a thing of the past, and it's sad. We're trying to keep it alive. You know, there's something to be said for holding a vinyl album and holding a CD and holding a cassette, pulling out and reading the lyrics and the credits and smelling it and taking the shrink wrap off. That's incredible. And those days, sadly, are becoming fewer and fewer by the minute.
But it's cool that you still have this physical media.
Oh yeah.
I love now how they make this colorful vinyl.
It is. It's a collectible, exactly. And there's a limited run on that too, you know. So if we might only make 1,000 copies or 500 copies in that color. And then, you know, in the other color, 500 copies, and in a different color, maybe 500. That's kind of something we've always done, and it's very cool because it makes it a very unique, one-of-a-kind rarity item, and it becomes a collectible in time and becomes more valuable. I've seen some of these vinyls selling on eBay for, you know, $200, $300, $400, $500, which is crazy.
We're almost at the end of this interview. Thank you again for being here. And I want to know maybe what is the status of the documentary?
It's been moving along very quickly this year. It took us a while because we couldn't find a director. We finally found the perfect director, and thank God we waited. I would say pretty safely it will be coming out sometime next year, probably the end of the year. But I would say in 2025, you'll start seeing the documentary, hearing about the documentary. And boy, I tell you what, it's going to be an incredible story, powerful movie. And I can't wait for people to see it. It's gonna be amazing, absolutely amazing. Yeah, you guys, we love you, and we are so appreciative of you guys for supporting us and always coming to our shows. And I apologize from the bottom of my heart that it takes us so long, and it seems so hard for us to return to different parts of the world. Costa Rica, for example, we've only been there a few times. And it's kind of sad to me because it seems that we should have been there many times over. But I want you to know that we work hard to make it happen. And sometimes, sadly, it doesn't always work out, financially speaking or logistically speaking. But we're working on it. We plan to come, definitely. So expect us to come at some time soon. Can't wait to see you guys. We love you. You're a blessing, and we will see you all soon. God bless you guys.
Bueno, este fue el video del día de hoy. Espero que les haya gustado esta entrevista con Michael Sweet. Y ya saben, el nuevo disco de Stryper viene en camino y lo pueden escuchar en su servicio de streaming favorito, o también pueden comprar su copia física en stryper.com. Y si les gustó este video, si les gustó esta entrevista, los invito a darle like, a compartirla, y bueno, y los invito a suscribirse al canal para que estén siempre atentos a los nuevos videos que voy subiendo semana a semana. Muchas gracias y nos vemos la próxima.